Here you go. So remind me what your name is.
CJ.
CJ, and you are
11.
11 years old, man. Hey, I was 11 50 years ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that makes me really old.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, when I was your age, I watched Mr. Wizard on television, and he was my boss for 25 years. And we always got asked what fire is made of. Got asked all the time. So I've got those experiments we did the other day were things that Mr. Wizard and I did for 25 years.
Wow.
So shall we show the folks what we did?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's
Fire experiment. Fire
challenge with Wizard Ford. That's you and me. And here we are in our little studio lab, and with 3 of your friends. And how old are they?
11 years old.
Yeah, and they all wanted to know what flame is made of, or common flames, like the flames we see every day. So that's what we're going to do. I'm not going to tell you. I'm going to have you figure it out. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
That sounds good. And the first step. Oh, look at there, a little flash. Okay, here's clue number 1 for you to see if you can figure out what flames are made of. And what do you recognize there?
Recognize that all the flames are the same color.
They're the same color, yellow. Yeah, you see I've got a candle. These are all common flames, types of fire you see all the time. There's a gas flame, a piece of wood, a candle, an alcohol burner, and they all have the same color. That's a clue. They must all be made of something similar. The fuel is similar. And here's clue number 2 for you, CJ. A glowing penny. You see the penny there?
Yeah.
And I've got it in a torch flame. And what's it doing?
It's glowing.
It's glowing, yeah. Think it's getting hot?
Yep.
Yeah, just about any material, when it gets hot enough, it will glow. It'll give off light. And when I take it out of the flame, what happens to it?
It stops glowing.
It stops glowing. And when it goes back in,
it starts glowing again.
Yeah, when things get hot, they'll glow.
Mm-hmm.
Get hot enough, yeah. Okay, third clue is called cooling a flame. Instead of using a penny this time, I'm going to cool and heat up a gas instead of a penny. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And you can see that flame's pretty hot, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It is really hot. Now, what else do you notice about it?
That the top is yellow and the bottom is blue.
That's right. And we're going to talk about the blue part later. Let's just concentrate on the yellow part.
Okay.
Is that all right? So I'm going to take a wire screen and put it in the fire. And you'll notice it looks like I'm putting the fire out.
Yeah.
But I'm not really, because see, the gas is still going through those screens. As a matter of fact, I'll make a reverse fire sandwich. Do you see it's hot up above?
Yeah.
And hot down below?
Mm-hmm.
But there's no glowing in between. That's because it's cool in there.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay, another clue. Catching soot or carbon. Now there's a candle flame, right, CJ?
Yeah.
And I just put that white porcelain dish in there. And it's not burning. It looks like it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not really burning. It's just collecting soot from that flame. And that gives us a big clue as to what that yellow flame is made of. Now you see it's not burning the dish. And I'm going to take my finger, I'm going to wipe it off here. Watch this. I'm wiping that soot off. So it didn't burn the dish.
Wow.
I'm collecting that soot or carbon from the flame.
Okay.
So if I was to ask you, what is that yellow flame made of?
Carbon.
Carbon. It's made of carbon. It's made of chunks of little atoms and molecules of carbon in different combinations. And they're so hot they're glowing and giving off light. And there I've got a bottle of carbon. That's called lamp black or soot, and that came from lots of candles. So if somebody was to ask you, what is a flame made of, a common flame, what's it made out of?
Carbon.
It's made out of carbon.
Is there any way to prove it?
I think we might be able to prove that there's carbon in those flames. Now to do that, I'm going to use these 5 alcohols, and you see them there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay.
And the one on the right has very little carbon in it, and the one next to it has a little more, and the next one has more, and all the way down to the end it has the most carbon in it.
All right.
So when I set those on fire, which one would you expect to have the least amount of yellow in its flame?
The one on the right?
Yeah, because it has less carbon. And then the one next to it would have a little more yellow in the flame.
Yeah.
A little more yellow. Let's see if that happens. I hope it works.
Yeah.
Prove that it's carbon in those flames. Ooh, take a look. Look at the one on the right. What do you see?
Less flame?
Yeah, less. You can't see much yellow. And then the second one, it's a little more yellow. And the third one, it gets a little more like that. And that kind of demonstrates that most of the flames we see are made of carbon.
Okay.
Now later on we'll talk about how it works, but what they're made of is carbon.
Are all flames made of carbon?
Well, actually, most common ones are, but there are a lot of things that burn that are not carbon based, and they burn with a different color.
Okay.
Let me show you. There's one. There's an alcohol that has copper in it. What color is that?
Green.
Yeah, it burns with a green flame. Yeah, that's because that's carbon-based alcohol.
Okay.
And then I've got another chemical that burns with another color, and it's called strontium, and I put that in some alcohol. Let's see what color it burns, so we can recognize it. Okay. Oh, what color is that?
Red.
They're red, yeah. You see, every chemical material burns with a different color.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, that's how chemists tell what things are made of sometimes. They burn them to see what color they burn with.
Oh, wow.
So, CJ, you're 11 years old.
Yep.
And if somebody were to ask you, what's a common flame made of? You're going to say...
Hot glowing carbon.
That's right. Hot glowing carbon. That's what a common flame is. Well, now that we know that common flames are made of hot glowing carbon, we're going to have to learn why sometimes the flames aren't yellow. Like right there, you see it's blue, different colors of blue, and there's a little bit of brown around the edges. Right?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to learn that when we study how a flame works.
All right.
But what it's made of is, a common flame anyway, is made of what? One more time?
Hot
glowing carbon. That's what it is. A carbon gas that's so hot, it's glowing.
All right.
All right.